Good morning, students. Welcome back to computer science classes of class 12. Today, in this session, we will be learning how to interface the Python with an SQL database. Now, first, we will go through what all the components that we are going to covering in this session. We will first learn how to connect the SQL with Python. Then we will learn how to create the cursor object, and we will also learn how to create a table from Python into database, that is the SQL. Now let us start. Now what is a database? First of all, we will learn. A database is nothing but an organized collection of data, as you all know. So, and what is the data? So data is a raw fact, and data is organized into rows and columns and tables, and it is indexed to make it easier to find relevant information. So this is all about database. So for this, nowadays whenever we are having any project or software, we always make sure that it is created with the help of a programming language like Python or Java or something else, and we should have some database which supports it. Okay, so for that we have got SQL. Now in this we can understand what is the structure, how it works. Suppose I have written some code in Python, and that will be connected to the database, and again the database, from the database we can retrieve some data, and again we can save some data and store it in the database for our future retrieval. Now, so we can say the front end we have the Python, and the back end we have got the database as SQL. So what do you mean by this front end and back end? Any user interface designed in any programming language, that is called front end, and any data given by any database, that is a back end database. Hope this is clear. Now let us see why we are choosing Python for database programming. It is not just that it is there in the syllabus so we are taking it, but we should know some more reasons about it, because it is very efficient and faster compared to other languages. It is portable, supports platform independent program development, and it supports SQL cursors. What are SQL cursors? We will be learning in the upcoming slides. Then itself take care of open and close of connections. You don't have to worry about whether I have opened, whether I have closed the connections. Then it supports relational database systems, that is the RDBMS. And porting of data from one database to other is easily possible, as it supports large range of APIs for various databases. So it can support any number of APIs like MySQL DB, then MySQL connector, like that. Now moving to the SQL connectors. What are the different SQL connectors that we can use? Basically we will be using the MySQL connector. So for the API that we are going to use, it includes the importing of API module, acquiring a connection with the database, issuing SQL statements, and closing the connection. So this is the important portion that is actually considered while connecting the database with the language. Basically we are going to import the API module, the connector, then we are going to acquire a connection with the database, then we are going to issue the SQL statements. Without the SQL statements we cannot connect, right? We cannot run, actually we cannot execute anything, and then we have to close the connection. Now let us see this connector, that is MySQL connector. With the help of this MySQL connector, we are going to use it. We can also use MySQL DB as another connector. One can use MySQL connector, one can also use MySQL DB. So we will be using MySQL connector. MySQL connector enables Python programs to access MySQL databases using an API that is compliant with the Python database API specification, and it is written in pure Python and does not have any dependencies except for the Python standard libraries. Now, what are the steps to use MySQL connector? We have to first open the command prompt. Then we have to execute this pip install MySQL connector command. And after that, when it is executed, you will find the connection is done. And how to check it? We have to open our Python shell and then run import mysql.connector statement. If it does not give any error, that means you have to understand the connection is been established. Let us see in Brave. So, the moment the connection is established, what you have to do? We have to write some code to execute some more thing. Okay. So, what we are going to do? We are going to write import mysql.connector, and in the next line, mydb, this is just a variable, then mysql.connector.connect, host equal to localhost, user equal to root, and password equal to root, then database is equal to school. This database equal to school means you have to already create a database in your MySQL named school and then print mydb. If when running this whole code in your shell and it provides you a result, basically this one, mysql.connector connection, this one, okay, then you have to understand that the connection is purely correct. The connection is been executed properly. Okay. Now, let us have a look of the proper steps to establish the connection. I'll show you with the help of the screenshots. The first step is to open the command prompt. How to open it? I know all of you know it, but I'm going to show you again. What you need to do is, you need to open your start button, and in the run command, you have to type cmd. Over here, you have to type cmd. The moment you'll type cmd, you'll get this. You will get this black screen, that is the console. This one, that is the console. So this is your command prompt. After having it, what is the next step? What you need to do? You need to again go to run, and then you have to type py. The moment you type py, you will get ideally or of that Python version that you have installed. Like in my PC, I have installed 3.7. So I have got this ideally 3.7. Then the moment I'll get it, what I am going to do? I'm going to right click on that particular tab of ideally, and I'll get this tab, this drop down menu, this one, and then at the end you will find properties. The moment you'll get properties, just click on it, you'll get this one, properties dialog box. And here can you see this target? You need to save it. You need to do, sorry, it's not save, you have to copy it. You have to copy it using Ctrl plus C or just right click on it and copy. Okay, so after copying that target path of IDLE, what we are going to do, our next step is we have to open our command prompt. It is already opened, we have to just take it and we have to make sure that we are out of any of the folder. Like over here, it was earlier inside C users Tufan SEO. So what we have done, we have written cd dot dot. This is the change directory. Okay, so we have written cd dot dot and we have pressed an enter. The moment we will press enter, we will get out of that folder, and then we are just having C:/users. Now over here, what we are going to do, we are going to paste that path that we have copied. So what we are going to do, we are first going to write cd cd and then we are going to right click and paste it. Okay, we are going to right click and paste it after writing cd. Okay, so after copying it, when we have pasted, we have got this whole path. Getting it? We are getting this whole path in our command prompt. I'm not going to use this whole path. Please, we are not going to use this whole path. What we are going to do? We are going to erase the extra portion of that target path. Just after /python37 from here, you can see over here. Yes. After that, whatever extra portion we are having, we will be erasing it. We will be deleting it. So after deleting, what we have got? This one. We have got this one. Okay. Just press enter. After deleting that extra portion, press enter and you will be inside that. Just see, after pressing enter, what you have got, you will be inside that folder. So basically we have to enter inside the folder of the Python. Okay, Python whatever version you have got. Now when we have entered that folder, what we are doing, we are now getting inside the scripts folder, which is inside this Python folder. So how to get into that? Just see, we are writing cd scripts, capital S. Mind it, we have to write capital S. If you write small s, it will not work. You have to write cd will be in small and then capital S, and rest of the letters will be in small, scripts, and then press enter. The moment you press enter, you will get into the scripts folder. Just see over here. Okay, so after getting into the scripts folder, you have to write this one, pip install MySQL connector. So pip install MySQL hyphen connector. Hyphen is important, it's not underscore. Okay, it's hyphen. The moment you'll write pip install MySQL hyphen connector and you have to press enter. So the moment you'll press enter, because this MySQL connector is not at all installed earlier in your PC, you will get a screen showing that it has been downloaded and installed. So with this, the connection was installed. So how to check whether this connection is installed or not, whether this connection is done or not, whether it is established or not? So what we are going to do, we are going to go to our Python shell and we are going to type import mysql.connector, this whole code. Import mysql.connector con equal to mysql.connector.connect and in bracket host equal to localhost, user equal to root and password equal to password. Now over here I have written password equal to password because in my PC, in my laptop, the password of the MySQL is password. It might happen that in your PC or in your laptop the password is 123 or something else that you know. So that you have to put inside the double quotations. Getting it? And then database is equal to school1 because I have already created a database named school1. And then after that you have to print con. I hope this is clear to you all. Now one more thing I would like to explain. Why I am using host equal to localhost, because your server is same for Python as well as for your MySQL, because both of them are installed in the same computer, same PC. So we are having the local host and the user is root, that is by default in our SQL the user is root only. Hope this connection is clear to you all. Now I have shown the whole thing in the screenshot. Just see, I have written the program in the Python shell over here. Let me just expand it for you. Just see, I have written import mysql.connector con equal to mysql.connector.connect, host equal to localhost, user equal to root, password equal to password, passwd, okay. Then database is equal to school1 and then print con. The moment I'll print con and I have to press F5, right? I hope all of you remember to run this code. We will be pressing F5 and then the moment you will press F5, you will get this output, this one, mysql.connector.connect object add something. So this will reveal that the connection has been established. So you now don't have to worry about it whether it is connected or not. Now our next step is to know what is a cursor object. MySQL cursor class initiates objects that can execute operations such as SQL statement. So cursor object is actually used to have MySQL connection object, or you can say simply that cursor object is used to execute MySQL statements. Okay, so how to create this cursor object and how to use it, let us see. So you have now got to know that what is the code for it. Just see what we are going to write. Import mysql.connector. So this is the first statement, and in the second one what we are going to write, like here I have used a variable called mydb. So in the next line, so this will be the first line, and in the next line mydb equal to mysql.connector.connect in bracket host equal to localhost, user equal to root and password equal to root. Suppose in some PC it is root, the password is. So I have just given an example that it can be root also depending upon what you have done. And then my cursor equal to mydb.cursor. Now my cursor is a variable. You can use anything, but just to have a proper remembrance, or you can say a proper note that this is the cursor object, that's why we have written as my cursor equal to my db dot cursor. So cursor is the function with what we are calling with the help of my db variable, which is having the connection with it right now. And then there is our important line, there is our important statement, that is my cursor dot execute. We are executing the SQL statement with the help of my cursor object, and the execute is the function. Okay, so what we are going to run first, it is going to print create database if not exist school, and in the next line we are going to write my cursor. This is actually, if you do not want to write, you can just skip it, but if you write it will help you. Now my cursor dot execute show databases. Show databases is a statement of SQL that all you know, and here this create database statement will create the database with the name school. And then for x in my cursor, print x. So since we will be inserting the whole data, and then it is using this for loop to print. So with this we will be creating a database if that not created earlier with the name school. So inside that school name we can create a table as well. How to do that? Just the whole statement will be same, the whole piece of code will be same till here. We have to just change the query for this inside this one. Okay, all of you know how to create a table. For that, which query we need, we have to just use that query inside that execute function. Rest whole portion is same. So we have written create table student roll number int 3 primary key and name varchar and age int. So with this we will be creating a table called students with 3 fields, roll number, name and age, inside that school database. You will say how my table will be created inside the school database, because we have written database is equal to school, and just few minutes back we have created the school database inside our SQL with this query. Clear? I hope now you can do it. We will be giving some more sessions depending upon the interface of Python with MySQL. So stay tuned and wait for the upcoming videos. Thank you.